Many thanks everyone for being there. I recognize some names in the audience. Thank you for joining this call. So, um, during the next 30 minutes, as said by Olive, we'll focus on people and we'll see why people are really the baseline of any uh, successful and sustainable inner source strategy. Quickly about myself, already introduced by Olive, so I will be really quick. So I'm Marius Moulis. I'm leading the Inner Source Program Office at Thales, group-wide level. I always been passionate about IT. I started my first, I would say, lines of code at 12, and then I started to do my career in IT. I'm working since 15 years as a IT engineer. The first half, I would say, as a Java expert in technologies such as EMF, GMF, RCP, all of those fantastic libraries and technologies. And since I would say the second half, since almost 8 years, I would say, I'm working as a transformation leader, especially by making connections between people, organizations, in order for large corporations such as Thales, or in my previous lives, I would say in Airbus or in Air France, to make those links that make all us working together and be more efficient. If you want to stay in touch, you have my LinkedIn on the bottom right. Feel free to connect. I will be more than glad to pursue those discussions afterwards. Okay, couple of words about Thales. The objective is not to make an exhaustive introduction of Thales. That will need a dedicated call, I will say. But I think it's interesting to put some key facts in order to understand why inner source is strategic for Thales. Two figures, maybe. We are really a worldwide company. We are um, located in more than 60 countries, 65 countries precisely, encompassing 85,000 of employees. Some of you might already know Thales. If it's not the case, we are involved, I will say, in three core business segments. In defense, in which we are involved in various businesses in defense, such as, for instance, in the Rafale, the in naval, for instance, with the submarines, critical infrastructures. Again, the idea is not to deep dive into each, just to give you the heterogeneous and wide range of products we are involved in. We are also, for people that are in the south of France, southwest, really involved in aerospace activities, especially in planes. For instance, most of the planes, a major part of the planes are taking off and landing thanks to Thales products. Also, the air traffic management. You have strong chances when you are taking a plane that your plane is communicating with the ground with Thales systems. Also, space programs, and maybe um, other activities were less known but very active. It's in cybersecurity and digital identities. For instance, if you have a French ID card, there is a bit of Thales technologies inside. We have various customers from enterprise and private sectors up to government institutions and cities. So key points and the key things you need to keep in mind is first, every day there is strong chances that you are using without knowing it several products of Thales. And second things, we are a truly global organizations with large and lots of businesses. So the key questions we have in terms of engineering is how we can unlock collaboration on such global organizations. And that was That was the true driving force behind launching a Thales Inner Source Program Office 10 years ago. On top of these key reasons, that's this key reason, we have three other foundational whys, if I can say like this, of launching an ISPO. For instance, if you are sharing some key assets of your company, other business lines, global business units can reuse those assets, and as such, they are reducing the time to develop, reducing the cost, and you are more competitive into the market. Also, this talk is focusing on people, and if we are focusing on people, there is really something magical that is happening, and we see it several times in Thales. If you are building an inner source champion, there is first you're opening your code base, which is basically sharing your expertise to others, and you can read the expertise of the others. But also you have some communities that are built ad hoc on an ad hoc perspective, and within um, these communities there is some expertise sharing between all of those members, and this is where you see some talents shining in those communities and within your company. And last but not least, if you are opening your code to other opinion, other ideas, you are creating some serendipity, and thanks to this serendipity, some frugal innovation. Because for sure, if someone is contributing to your project, it might bring some ideas you never thought at the beginning, which is basically some very, I will say, uh, frugal innovation. Okay, today I'm here to share the experience of Inner Source since 10 years in Thales, but I'm far from being the only one. Several, lots of people are involved in the Inner Source program office of Thales. In the core team, there are also several organizations of the group. For instance, I'm working closely with another colleague from my entity, Thomas Moreau, who is leading, I mentioned the people and the communities, all the communities of our Inner Source program office. I'm also working closely with someone else from another organization, which is with Sébastien Lejeune leading the open source part. And you will see during this presentation, I will mention a couple of times open source, because we are working closely in collaboration with the open source program office. Also in our core team, and really helpful for our internal customers, someone and a team behind leading everything regarding open source and inner source license usages, how to support our internal customers to properly use those open source licenses. And this is a team of Aurélien Carlier. And for sure, if you want to be known in such wide group, you need to have bulletproof communication. And this is achieved thanks to Valentine Danes, who is leading the group-wide, who is part of the group-wide collaboration communication of Thales. And this is only the core team. I mentioned in the there are some of them in this call. There are numbers of people, and this is the very heart of this talk. But we will see that in a couple of slides. Okay, we know why we have decided to invest in an inner source strategy. How we concretely enable this inner source strategy, thanks to three pillars. First, a technical enabler, the software factory or corporate software factory. I will deep dive into it in the next slide. Then, if we are able to technically share our code, we wanted to do it compliantly and securing the IP of our contributors and the people that are sharing their code. And for that, we have built a legal framework. And last but not least, and again, uh, people at the core, and for that we need communities. So an audience, a concrete audience to reuse the code or contribute to this code base. Okay, I mentioned the first technical enabler, the Thales Corporate Software Factory. Why it's such important? With a group such as Thales, with various activities, various products, and such various business lines and global business units, you need to have a way to technically share code and make this code available everywhere within the group. And this has been addressed by the corporate software factory of Thales Group. This corporate software factory straightforwardly, I will say, enable some key inner source commands patterns. For instance, from the beginning, we decided to create a catalog of what is available in terms of inner source assets, thanks to an inner source portal. And we have built this software factory on top of GitLab, and this inner source portal is based on GitLab. And also, we decided to enforce some key practices, new practices in terms of software engineering, around, for instance, a new way of communicating with, for instance, low contest, and we enable another inner source command pattern, the communication tooling pattern. Key point there, when you are a corporation such as Thales, a software factory has a cost, and in order to avoid any roadblocks and financial roadblocks, we decided in Thales, and that's really important, we decided to find a sponsorship in order to address this cost. So basically, everyone who is involved in inner source within Thales is sponsored. So in terms of the financial perspective, it's totally transparent for any inner source enthusiast of the group. Now you have a technical enabler to share your code. You need to do it compliantly, and you did also to protect the IP of your people and your organization. And for that, we have worked closely with various partners, and we created 4 licenses, a framework of 4 ready-to-use licenses for our engineers based on the Eclipse Public License. And this is also another inner source command pattern we enable thanks to this with those licenses. And as I said, and let's jump into the very core of this talk, you have your technical enablers, both technical and legal. Now you need to have an audience to have I will say, a successful and sustainable inner source strategy. You need to have an audience to reuse your code or contribute to the existing code. So now we have our enablers, how we can engage those people and how we can retain them into your inner source strategy. To emphasize those key elements, let's make them as challenges. For instance, how you anchor your inner source strategy as a strategical capability within a group such wide as Thales. And for that, we have truly the chance in Thales to be sponsored by top managers. And it's really important to have the strong support of those top managers, to have top managers as the sponsors. And in Thales, we have the chance to be sponsored by the Senior Vice President of Engineering and Digital Transformation. But not only, and we have created, is the first sponsored, and we have created a strategic board composed with other sponsors from other corporate functions. For instance, we have HRs, we have and you will see why it's important to have HR. Also legal, we mentioned it with the legal framework. We have also finance and also expertise and technical directorate of the group. So the key message there is if you have to have a sustainable inner source strategy anchored in your as a strategic capability within your group, you need to have the strong sponsorship from top managers, and not only from engineering but from various functions. And this is addressed by people, top managers, and not with tools. In our case, our strategy board and the very aim of this strategy board is to ensure the right, I will say, the right vision and the right sponsorship within the group of the inner source. So you have now a top-down approach addressing the global vision. How you ensure that your inner source strategy is actually addressing needs from the field. And for that, in a group with a lot of products and activities, so with a lot of point of view and ways of working, it could be really challenging to have an inner source strategies that are addressing the heterogeneous and wide range of needs from the field. And for that, we have enabled another inner source commands pattern, the community leaders pattern. And basically, we have named some key representative community leaders that are having their own community, representing their businesses. And those community leaders, we have reuniting them each quarter remotely to reduce as much as possible the constraints. 1 to 2 hours max, I will say, each quarter, in order for them to share their blockers, how what are the actual blockers in their specific field, in their specific businesses with inner source, for us to bring them to the top management and addressing them. Also, as they know their business, but also the inner source, they can mentor new projects in the inner source journey. And as I said, I would say addressing, raising some new needs that we will also be able to manage at the inner source program office, but also with the strategic board. And we call that the steering board, the steering board ensuring the bottom up of our inner source program office, of our inner source initiative. Again, no tooling, but actually people that are interacting between each others and meeting regularly. So you have bottom up and top down approach, talking together thanks to the inner source program office. Now you need to spread an inner source culture, and you need that inner source culture last within the group. And for that, in our inner source program office, we said that we shouldn't never take the inner source culture for granted, because there are people that are entering in the group, new people onboarding in the group, other people leaving the group, or even internally some their actual business coming to another within Thales. And for that, we need to be sure that everyone have a fresh reminder, or for the people that are new, addressing the fundamentals. Each year, we decided to have an awareness session readdressing all the fundamentals of our inner source strategy for all engineers. Again, to avoid any constraint, we reduce it as 1 hour per our global business unit. This is what is behind GBU. 1 hour each year for each global business unit and each, I will say, a core function of the group. And if we have the opportunity, we go directly physically in the offices to reassess those fundamentals. So now you have a culture that is lasting in your company. Um, you have some bottom-up linked with a top-down approach to stay relevant and anchored into the company. Now, what's in it for the people that are involved in an inner source strategy? Especially in all of the operational constraints, all engineers are focusing in an operational project that they need to deliver. So they are essentially lacking of time and lacking of resources to be involved in this inner source strategy. So how we can say thanks and find a way to find the driving force for them to be involved in inner source. And for that, we have unlocked another inner source command pattern, the praise participant pattern. Basically, say thanks and rewarding those people, and we'll see that will went uh, more further than just praising the participant. We'll see that in a couple of slides. And actually, we have some people in this talk that have been praised by this strategy. We'll see that in a few. But in Thales, we decided that also on top of rewarding the people, we also unlocking. And I mentioned that having several functions in the strategy board is important. And for instance, thanks to the HR representative, we worked with our HRs in order to have inner source as a career advantage, and especially for expert career path. And basically, now inner source within Thales is a proof of leadership and expertise that can be used if you want to be promoted as an expert within the group. Why? Because simply, and the evidence and the justification of those is pretty simple. If someone is focusing in an operational project and has find a way to inner source a project on top of these operational activities, but also creating a community of other people in this exact same situation is de facto and a straightforward proof of leadership and expertise. Again, four challenges addressed with people. Let's jump off on the fifth challenge. Now you have people that are engaged and you retain your people. How you ensure all of your people within this culture of inner source stay at the same page, especially the fact that with uh, an active inner source community and strategy, you might have new projects, new software practices, but not only engineering practices in general, new information to be cascade. How you address that? In Thales, we decided to have webinars. Again, to remove as much constraint as possible, we decided to do it fully remote. And each quarter, we have created seasonal webinars of 2 hours maximum to bring all the community remotely in order to share new projects, and each key new project has a time slot to introduce them and also seek for new contributors. We are also sharing new engineering practices, either internal, but also it's the opportunity to invite external guests for them to share how they are working, especially in regards of inner source, but also topic related to inner source. And for sure, with the steering board, but also the strategic board, a good way to cascade key informations. So we have created to address this challenge another, I will say, touch point for the community, again with people, those seasonal webinars to focus and cascade the key information that matters, and with that, everyone stay at the same page. Another challenge, especially if you have a lot of people involved in in your inner source strategy, if you have a very wide inner source community, how you ensure that all the communities, the sub-communities are seated together and ensuring this unity. For that, we decided to create a dedicated conference, the Thales Inner and Open Source Days, the Thales IO Days, which became the unmissable event for people. I mentioned people, not engineers or even software developers, because inner source within Thales is not only for software developers, it's for a lot of engineers, for instance, data or hardware engineers. And also, I didn't use the word engineer, but people, because for instance, in the previous editions, we had people from procurement, people from legal that are coming to those conferences in order to understand why inner source can also be helpful in their respective functions. So we have created a dedicated event, and this time is not remote, it's physically only, in order to create a momentum with people that are meeting each others, especially people that won't be able to meet each others on their daily work, and they are able to network, connect. And for instance, people time to time I saying after this event, it's the chance I meet this guy, and we are now working together. So that's really the purpose of this event, making people meet each other, network, share their expertise and their practices. But last and not least, and it's really important, you can see it on the bottom left, praising our people, rewarding our people, and on top of that, award of people saying, okay, thanks for being a top contributor, thanks for being a top advocate of inner source within your communities. And in Thales, we are once a year dedicating one day in which we are on various categories, uh, awarding our people with a dedicated trophies they can bring in their office, uh, or key contributors, or both inner and open source. Why it's important? It's because I come back on the praise participant, the fourth challenge. Uh, this specific award are also a proof for HR to be used for their expert character, saying, okay, as you can see, I have been widely involved in inner source in that year. I have the specific, I will say, award for that. Side remark, and maybe important, a key one also, in those events, we are also inviting external people from various organizations and companies in order to stay also up to date and open to other ideas and share those practices. So you might ask yourself, he said Thales IO Days, but it's only one day. Why so? Because the Thales IO Days also include an hackathon. Why an hackathon? Because for new people, it might be a little bit blurry to know what doing inner on open source actually is. So for that, we decided to create a dedicated event to practice in their source on the field with the corporate platforms to say, okay, this is actually inner source, how to do it actually on the field, but also practicing, discovering new technologies, practices, and innovating. For instance, in our Thales IO Days hackathon, on the last, I would say, edition, we're focusing on AI in order for people to mix different concerns between collaboration with inner source, but also with AI and new software practices, and all of those practicing it actually with concrete business, I will say, challenges, and addressing those concrete business challenges. So, objective on the hackathon, practicing inner source with concrete business challenges and with new practices and corporate platforms. 2 days a year, remotely only, to reduce as much content as possible, and with a very wide audience, engineers and managers. Again, the idea is to bring a little bit of fun and practices on top of the conference mentioned on the previous challenge. One last challenge, I will say, the eighth challenge, how to stay open-minded. And I mentioned it a couple of times. The risk, especially if you are very wide, is to stay focused on your actual challenges and being maybe disconnecting for the rest of the market. And for that, I mentioned it. In Thales, we are bringing in our events some external speakers. Some of them are in the calls, by the way. But we are opening our events. I mentioned the seasonal webinars, but also the Thales Days from external speakers to uh, keep our engineers open to the market and to the ways of working of other industrials. But also, we are also involved in various external, I would say, channels, such as the Inner Source Command Gathering. We are involved, for instance, with the one in Paris. We have created with other industrials the Inner Source Command Gathering in Toulouse. Those community calls, it's also a good way to get feedbacks of with our actual experience, but also getting the experience from others. Being part and talking or being uh, in a lot of conferences, for instance, the open source experience, the open source community, which is right now ongoing. All of those conferences are really important and key also to get the latest practices and the latest solution for latest challenges and bring them back to the group. And also, it happens time to time to have, I would say, exclusive adult discussions, sharing with other industrials or challenges, and see how we have addressed them respectively. So it's really important for us to have key ceremonies uh, inside the company, but also externally to be sure that we are still anchored with the rest of the market, and also sharing those our learnings exactly as we are doing today with the other communities. So if we wrap up a little bit what we said, 8 challenges, anchoring a strategy within anchoring an inner source strategy as a strategical capabilities within a wide group, ensuring the relevance with actual needs from the field, creating a culture that is lasting within your group, having a sense of purpose in order to engage and retain your people within this inner source strategy, ensuring that all of those committees are up to date but also federated and seeded between each others, ensuring fun, frugal innovation and actual hands-on of inner source, and staying open-minded. All of those challenges are addressed with uh, a common ground. People first, people at the ground. It's people that are making those things happening. So driving those changing means working with people who make it actually possible. So as a conclusion, inner and open source is about changing the mindset with people and not tools. Thank you for your attention. And I said by Olive, if you have any question, I will be more than glad to address them and starting to exchange together. Thank you.